to another video. In this week's video, we're going to be trying something new.
Today, we want you to smash that like button.
Yeah, we want you to smash that like button, punch it, kick it, whatever you want to do. So you can basically tell us you like the video. Oh, remember, like and subscribe.
Subscribe, thank you.
So we're going to be doing a ghost story video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Make sure to smash that like button. So, we're going to be doing a ghost story video. And I have the script up right here, so I can read it to you guys. And yeah, we're all set. Let's head into the video.
Some people experience very strange phenomena during their lives.
Some might have a very bad string of deja vu. Others may just notice weird occurrences that manifest out of nowhere. Some may actually experience oddities together or know of people who have experienced it as well.
I've always heard stories about random things happen to people, and I was intrigued.
I was always skeptic until something happened to my brother and I that I absolutely cannot explain. This incident actually happened to us twice, once when we were kids and then again a few years later. We'll start by telling you about the first experience. We ended up settling down in a small town in Minnesota. Out of all the different states and cities we moved to, we enjoyed Minnesota the most. There was just something peaceful about the town. After my little brother was born, my family moved around a lot. My dad was always traveling for work, and my mother worked the graveyard shift, and she would not come home until early in the morning. So my brother and I were left alone quite often, but that was not such a big deal. I could take care of myself and my little brother pretty much just ate chips and played video games. The day that it happened, my brother and I arrived home after school and kicked off our shoes. We had a plan to watch a marathon of our favorite cartoons, so we put on the show, grabbed some chips, and enjoyed the show. Suddenly, after about an hour, the TV started to glitch out like the reception was fading in and out for a bit. This continued for a few minutes before it returned to normal. Then a few hours later, when it was already dark outside, all the power went out in our house. I'll be honest, even as tough as I thought I was at the time, the power going out while we were home alone made us very nervous. I got up from the couch and glanced out of the window. My brother sat on the couch, and I could tell he was beginning to feel scared as he was a little younger than me. I looked out the window to check if it had been raining, to see if that caused the power outage. It was completely dry outside, dark but completely dry.
And what it was even stranger was that our house seemed to be the only house without power.
I figured it was probably time for us to head to bed. It had to be close to midnight. We decided to call it a night and head to bed. But then we noticed that the TV was still on. We must have not noticed that it was on when the power went out. The screen was black, but it glitched with static every few seconds. A few seconds later, a loud tone echoed from the speakers. It was deafening. We couldn't help but recoil from the TV and cover our ears. The tone went away after about a minute. Once I could unplug my ears, I noticed an emergency message being broadcast on the TV. Then the sound of a microphone could be heard being switched on after a voice began to speak.
Attention. This is an emergency broadcast. We have been notified that something is threatening the security of the citizens. This is not a test. This is not a drill. Please keep your doors and windows secured, and under no circumstances are you to open them.
The screen cut immediately after the voice stopped talking. We were left sitting in silence for a few moments. That was strange all by itself, but a little less than 20 minutes later, there was a knock at the front door. I'll tell you right now, hearing that knock after that emergency broadcast sent our hearts crashing to the floor. I slowly walked to the front door and looked through the eye hole. I couldn't see whoever was in front of the door. Just a darkened shadow in the front of my eye. I knew it was a person because I could see faint bits of light from the night sky casting over this person's body. What was even more worrisome was this person only knocked 3 times, then just stood there, waiting. If I would have opened the door, the person would have been right in my face. I went to grab my phone to call my mom, but I had no service. We decided to go into the bedroom and ignore the things that had been happening. But just before getting into bed, we decided to take one last look outside to make sure there was no one.
We sat up on the couch and peeked through the curtains. There were so many of them.
There had to have been at least 15 people standing in random spots on my front lawn, the street, and near my front door. We watched wide-eyed as they looked exactly the same, just vague figures standing in the dark. We backed away from the window and quickly rushed to the bathroom, locking ourselves inside. Our mother found us the next morning when she got home. We must have fallen asleep when we were hiding in there. She knocked on the door repeatedly. I guess we thought those figures had gotten into the house somehow. But as soon as she announced herself, I cracked open the door just a little, just enough to see who was there. We told her about everything, the people, the broadcast, but she just gave us no look and told us the power had not gone out at all. We tried to convince her we were telling her the truth, but she led us to the kitchen to show that the clocks had not been reset. This wouldn't have been the case if the power truly went out.
Since that night, we thought about it often. We tried to find other people that may have experienced something similar, but never had any luck.
But I'm starting to worry that if this happens again, there will be more of them. And they won't simply knock on the door next time.
If you don't subscribe, that will haunt you.
John Cena! Will he be able to take the belt from the mightiest champion in WWE history?
Oh.
And Piggy will try to kill your brain.
Blooper number 1.